We begin our coverage in the Midwest, though, where some states are dealing with floodwaters, submerging cars, and storms destroying properties. Cyberbullying continues to be a major problem here in the U.S. According to a new Pew Research study, 4 in 10 adults say they've been harassed online. The study revealed name-calling and embarrassment as the most common forms of online harassment. More than a quarter of adults surveyed say they have decided not to post something online after seeing others harassed. Well, the sweet moment, one of our U.S. service members is reunited with their family. How a local sailor surprised his daughter. We'll show you that coming up. But first, Florida authorities searching for this man caught on camera robbing a 70-year-old cab driver. Take a look there. Well, Jen and Bruce, you know, it's something you got to use every day. And I will say I'm a bit guilty of doing some of these things. But if you're a contact lens wearer like I am, there are 2 things you should never do. Sleeping in your contacts. I do that a lot. Make sure you use your contact case.
A stronger law enforcement response is really what is needed here.
That's what he does say, Nikki. And the president met with Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price yesterday. He's vowing to crack down on drug use by focusing on enforcement and abstinence-based treatment. Here's how the numbers break down. The third quarter of 2016 saw drug overdose deaths peak at about 20 cases for every 100,000 people. Jacksonville police are continuing to investigate after 2 people are found dead inside a home in the Paxton neighborhood on the city's west side. While police have not identified the 2, family members tell News4Jax they are a 57-year-old mother and her adult son.
That home's on Wyland Street.
News4Jax asked the administrator about temperatures inside without AC. He says the rooms have not gone above 80 degrees, and if there were any life-threatening issues, he would evacuate the entire building. Now to a story that affects you on the roadways. High winds and heavy rain from Irma not only knocked out electricity to homes, but also those traffic lights. I know you've been noticing them on the roadways. By law, motorists are supposed to treat the intersection as a 4-way stop.
We'll do regular briefings and we'll advise you of the schedule as they come forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so here's what we know right now, hearing from the police on the scene as well as the mayor. They're saying the shooter that was involved in this Las Vegas shooting is dead. This did happen during a country music concert. They're saying 20 people are dead, including some off-duty officers that may have been attending the concert at the time. More than 100 people are injured right now and are at the hospital, many in critical condition. We're hearing that, again, that the shooter is dead, and they have not released his name, but they are looking for a person of interest, an Asian female that may have been with him at the time. They're saying this is not an act of terrorism. They're still investigating. It's still early in the investigation. They're trying to figure out what the motive is, but they do believe the shooter is a local of Las Vegas, Nevada. Right now, the Red Cross is, of course, responding to help the families locate possible victims, of course, that can't contact their family members at the time. Las Vegas is still on lockdown. They're telling people to stay where they are, not to go out at this time until they can complete their investigation. Of course, we will keep you updated with some more information. Right now, the mayor of Las Vegas, he's on social media tweeting, quote, "Pray for Las Vegas. Thank you for all our first responders out there now." We are closely monitoring this breaking news, and of course, we will bring you updates throughout the morning as soon as we get some more information. The other big story we're following this morning is the weather. Lots of people feeling the effects of a nor'easter as some areas were heavily flooded last night. Hastings in St. Johns County took one of the hardest hits. Take a look. The town of a few hundred people. Well, if you've ever been to St. Augustine, you know finding a parking spot can be challenging at times, but there may be some relief to that frustration. Now, a busy stretch of San Marco Avenue will get to keep its existing parking spaces and have more added. According to the St. Augustine Record, city commissioners reached a compromise to keep the parking spots that a proposal said should be eliminated to add bicycle lanes. Also, the commissioners voted to add surface parking near the planned San Marco Hotel, and on a 3-to-1 vote, they approved a request to rezone some historic land to make room. And we're less than 2 weeks away from the solar eclipse. And, you know, some people, if they want to check it out, they've got to prepare, right?
Yeah, it's a week from Monday. We've been counting down the days.
Your update in an I-Team investigation that you first saw here a year ago. The attorney that filed a lawsuit on behalf of the residents at Fairway Oaks, the neighborhood built on a landfill years ago, says both the city of Jacksonville and Habijax have responded to his class action lawsuit. This is the view of the Fairway Oaks subdivision from the Sky 4 drone. It was built by Habijack 16 years ago.